Imola may not have had many overtakes, but at least this weekend we're heading into it. Oh, yeah, it's Monaco, and it's round 8. The race is 78 laps of pure concentration around the 3.337 kilometre street circuit. The most constructor wins at Monaco is still held by McLaren. Will they be able to add to that tally this weekend with Norris or Piastri? A lot of people will be hoping so. The circuit has 19 official corners, and well, the last winner was Max Verstappen. I'm getting a little bit bored of saying that in every video, but it's going to be the way for this season because, well, Max won so many races last year. The tyres available for the drivers for Monaco are the exact same that we had at Imola last weekend, the C3, C4 and C5 tyres, the softest available in the range. Before we talk about what to expect for Monaco, I want to talk a little bit about why Monaco is different to every other race. Imola is the second hardest circuit to overtake on apparently, and that came as a bit of a surprise to me even though I think I knew it deep down. But we all know that Monaco is the hardest on the calendar. Even with more speed, getting past a driver is so difficult with these wider cars, especially when a driver can just position their car smartly and use their battery in the right places to avoid being overtaken. You usually need quite a large tyre delta to get past. With that in mind, Monaco for the most part doesn't have a hugely interesting race in this current generation of cars. Admittedly, weather and other factors can alter that, but what it does have is arguably the most exciting qualifying of the year. We visit plenty of street circuits, but nothing like the streets of Monaco, and they are still considered a measuring stick for a driver's skill. If you can put laps together around here and under pressure, then you're considered the real deal. You probably remember Verstappen's lap from last year when he was 2 tenths down going into the final sector and he fully sent it, brushing the wall twice, fully committed, only to put it on pole by less than a tenth. Because overtaking is so hard around Monaco, qualifying is even more important. In fact, a lot of people believe that the race is won and lost on the Saturday, which is unlike any other circuit. Unless there are any real issues with strategy or weather, or you make a mistake, the chances are if you start on pole, you're in a very good position to win the race on Sunday. We know Mercedes and Ferrari are bringing upgrades to Monaco, but usually these upgrades would be specific for the high downforce track, and that's no exception for Ferrari. The Scuderia are bringing a new high downforce rear wing to Monaco alongside an improved DRS system. They're hoping obviously that this will accompany all the upgrades they brought to Imola. Mercedes, on the other hand, are going to be bringing small upgrades to most of the next 3 to 4 races as they try to claw back some performance on the top teams. McLaren, on the other hand, are bringing an upgrade of sorts to their livery. This weekend sees McLaren running a special Ayrton Senna livery with his iconic colours of his Brazilian heritage. McLaren have chosen Monaco as the track to honour him because it became synonymous with Senna, winning 6 times, including 5 times in a row from 1989. It's also part of a celebration of Ayrton Senna's life, now 30 years since his passing. You may have noticed last weekend there was a tribute to Senna and of course Austrian driver Roland Ratzenberger at the recent Imola Grand Prix. I like the livery, and if you're wondering why they chose these colours and not the red and white that's also associated with Senna, well, this is what McLaren said. The red and white livery really represents an era of McLaren and it's not unique to Senna. We had other incredible drivers that drove in part of that era. With Senna, his absolute love for Brazil, his homeland, comes through in these vibrant colours. So what's going to happen at Monaco? Well, I'm going to do this a little different this week, and I'm going to predict the top 3, and I'm being bold. So here's my top 3. Verstappen. Yes, I know, but hold up. Leclerc, oh baby, and finally, Norris. What a podium, but what way around will they be? Well, surely we'd all love to see Charles Leclerc finally get a win at his home circuit and bogey circuit, if we're being honest. He's actually never finished on the podium here. I think Charles Leclerc is going to win. There, I've said it. And unbelievably, I'm going for Norris second and Max Verstappen third to finalise the podium. Call me crazy. I deserve it, but maybe my positivity can will this into existence. What about Sergio Perez? What about Carlos Sainz? What about Oscar Piastri? I don't know. Either way, I think qualifying it's going to be fantastic. I can't wait for it. The likelihood of seeing that podium is obviously 0.01%, but I think qualifying will be fantastic regardless. I can't wait for it. The race, well, maybe not as positive towards that, but let's try and stay positive as much as we can. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you next time.